here for USWA Wrestling, and what a great crowd we have at the world-famous Sportatorium for a sensational card of action. I'm sure you're going to enjoy the action. Sensational, sensational. That's all I can say about it. Let's run it down. You will see Hollywood John Tatum in our opening match. Also, you'll see the flamboyant one, Eric Embry. There is a bitter feud that has been reopened between him and General Skandor, Akbar's army. Flamboyant Eric Embry will take on gorgeous Gary Young in a very special match. Then tag team action is the California Stud teamed with stunning Steve Austin, and they'll have the voluptuous Jeannie in their corner. They'll take on Jeff Jarrett and his partner, of course, superstar Bill Dundee. They will have Tessa in their corner. Plus, Billy Joe Travis will be in a little bit later on in a special match. You'll see the Missouri Tiger, Jeff Gaylord, and many, many more. It's a great card of action. Did I say it was sensational? You bet it is. You stay with us. We'll be right back for our opening action right after this on USWA Wrestling. We've got so much action on tap from the world-famous Sportatorium. We're joining this first match in progress. It's scheduled for one fall with a 10-minute time limit. We are about 6 minutes into the match. It features Hollywood John Tatum in a match against Steve Dane, and thus far Steve Dane giving Tatum all he can take. Tatum down on the floor, making his way back into the ring. Tatum at 255, the toast of the coast out of Hollywood, California. And, of course, Steve Dane, a youngster that has made quite a name for himself in the USWA, hailing from Dallas, Texas, giving away a height advantage and somewhat of a weight advantage. But thus far in the match, he has had his way somewhat with Hollywood John Tatum. Tatum trying to flying clothesline, missed it. And as a result, Dane reversed it. Tatum caught underneath the chin, and down to the floor he goes. The referee is Tony Falk. He starts the count. Tatum starts up the aisle here at the Sportatorium. Another great card of action. So much excitement scheduled for today's program, and we're glad you could join us on the USWA and the world-famous Sportatorium. Tatum not too happy with the turn of events. Look at that kisser. Maybe I shouldn't say that. He's been known to venture around the arena and lay a kiss on some unsuspecting subjects. But I don't think he's in a very amorous mood right now. His attention turned to Steve Dane. May have raked at the eyes that time. Goes right after him. Tatum is a very cunning wrestler. He knows exactly what his game plan is. And I've seen him hit the ring with just all fire and brimstone. And again, I've seen him come to the ring and just delay and make the match continue on and not really ready to get in action. And then all of a sudden, he sneak attacks. And right now, he's got that reverse chancery on Stephen Dane, trying to turn it into a submission hold as he surfboards the back. Dane caught in that reverse chinlock. Referee Tony Falk checking for the chokehold. As you see, Tatum has that right hand heavily bandaged, especially across the knuckles, and using that under the chin to his advantage against young Steve Dane. Fans picking up a chant of "Go Steve, there it goes." They're making it known where their alliance lies. Dane coming back to his feet, trying to break that hold, and puts an elbow into the midsection. There's another one, and a third one into Tatum's midsection. Dane off the ropes. Tatum misses him with the elbow. They go up high in the air. Dane catches it. Count of two. Rollover by Hollywood John Tatum. He may have a pin. Count of two, and Dane breaks out. Both men mixing it up very quickly here. Dane caught by Tatum. Arm whip to the wrist. Backslide. Going for the sunset flip. Will he attain it? Dane pulling. Tatum trying to regain his balance, and down he goes. Dane for the cover. 1, 2. No. 2 count was all he got. We're less than a minute left in the time limit of this match. Our opening action. USWA Wrestling for the world's famous Sportatorium. Nice roll-up. The O'Connor roll by Dane, but not enough power. He didn't have it set quite enough. And as a result, he was unable to hold the shoulders down of Hollywood John Tatum. Dane moving in. Tatum looking like he wants to give it up right here. Whip to the ropes. Body slam. Power slam by Dane. Nice move. Dane going for the cover. 1, 2, 2. Oh, 2.5. I thought he had him. We're about 4 seconds. 3, 2, we're out. That's it. We're out of time. That is it. Referee signaling for the bell. Dane going for the cover, but to no avail. The match is over, and this one will be ruled a draw. Hollywood John Tatum and Stephen Dane fighting to a time limit draw. Opening action here on USWA Wrestling. We'll be back with much more action right after these messages.
Already begun. This is a full-fledged war. There is no doubt about it. No love lost. There is as bitter a feud in wrestling today as anywhere in the world, happening right now in the ring of the Sportatorium. Flamboyant Eric Embry with that high back drop on Gary Young, and he's going right in after him. These men will allow no quarter. Of course, Gary Young, part of General Skandor Akbar's army, and Eric is pounding him down. Listen to this mob at the Sportatorium react to their favorite son, flamboyant Eric Embry, going right after gorgeous Gary Young. Gonna send him into the turnbuckle, and here he comes. My goodness, he's locked up. Akbar very upset in the corner. Jumping over to try and help gorgeous Gary Young, and in the meantime, Eric Embry closing in. To the midsection. Boy, there could be some damage done right here. Eric Embry planting the foot into the midsection, and those may be low blows. As Gary Young is all tied up in the corner. What a start for this match. Eric Embry moving right in, throwing that right hand. There's a left. Staggers Young in the center of the ring. Another left hand. Whoa, what a right. That was a Tyson right hand if I've ever seen one. And Embry going over and spitting at Skandor Akbar. I must say that coming into the arena, Skandor Akbar was chanting. And he was chanting, I believe, in Islam or Arabic. He was bragging about having talked to his friends in the Arab nations, and he was in almost a trance state. This man is maniacal, and he has whipped Gary Young into a frenzy. And look at that. Gary Young in desperation, throwing Eric Embry through the ropes to the floor. Akbar going in after him, and oh my goodness, Eric Embry rammed into the pole, shoulder first. Eric Embry went into the steel pole right at our ringside table, shoulder first, and Gary Young is coming in from behind me. Eric Embry opened up for that sneak attack from behind by gorgeous Gary Young, sent into the, one more time, shoulder first into the steel pole. Oh my goodness, what a wild match. This one is getting out of hand. Eric Embry put back in the ropes by Gary Young. Young going right in after him. It has seesawed. Eric Embry with things going his way initially, but now Gary Young has taken over. And it has gotten to be a wild affair. The fans are on their feet. Eric Embry and gorgeous Gary Young in a slugfest. Right hand by Young. Eric Embry now. Sent into the ropes. Here comes Young. Oh, wow, what a knee up high. That caught Eric Embry on the side of the face, and he goes down in a heap in the corner. This action is really intense. I don't know if you can feel it, but the fans here at ringside can certainly feel the animosity between these two competitors. And I take nothing away from either one of them. They are both good wrestlers in their own right. But Gary Young steered obviously the wrong way into General Skandor Akbar's army. We're going to have to take a quick break here. We'll be back for more of this match right after this.
We went to...
Michael St. John back with you at the Sportatorium, and this match continues with the intensity that it began with. Eric Embry and gorgeous Gary Young toe-to-toe in the corner. Young slammed into the buckle. Embry coming off
with that slap. Look at the eyes of Eric Embry. The intensity. He wants to end this match right now. Slugging away at gorgeous Gary Young. Putting him through the ropes and onto the floor. Young able to keep his balance. He's pushing on me here at the table. Here comes Eric Embry, and they're on the floor. Oh my goodness, right in front of us. Embry putting gorgeous Gary Young into our table. I'm gonna have to get out of the way of this one. There's a chair. Holy cow. I am right in the line of fire, and this is not where I want to be. Oh, Eric Embry sent to the floor. Gorgeous Gary Young, Eric Embry battling on the floor of the Sportatorium in Dallas. Into the table goes Embry's head first. Young and Embry. Has been a slugfest from the beginning, and now it's developed into just the war of the floor. Embry and Young both on the floor. Eric Embry now using the retainer rope to choke gorgeous Gary Young. Referee James Beard, the assigned USWA official, trying to separate him. Now Embry going after Akbar, and gorgeous Gary Young nails him from behind. Eric Embry held open, now slams by both Akbar and Gary Young into the post. How can Eric Embry take this kind of punishment? He's poured into the post again. He's still on his feet. The referee has signaled for the bell, and what is our decision here? I don't know what has occurred. I'm sure both wrestlers have been counted out because of the situation of being out of the ring. It's a count out, I'm sure, in a double disqualification. There'll be no winner, I don't think, but they're still fighting. It makes no difference. Gorgeous Gary Young and Eric Embry now going up into the crowd. We've got to get control of this match. I'm sorry, fans. We're going to have to break away. Let's see if we can retain some order, and we'll be back. Fans, I want to apologize. Normally we don't break away from the action, but that action got so furious and so wild and really got out of hand up into the stands and into the crowd that we had to break away. But I'll tell you this much, Eric Embry and Gary Young have got one of the worst cases of dislike for each other of any two wrestlers I've ever witnessed. And I'm sure we haven't heard the last from it. It took the police, it took the officials from the USWA, 3 referees, several wrestlers back in the dressing room to pull these men apart. And I'm sure we haven't heard the last from gorgeous Gary Young and Eric Embry. And of course, when you've got Skandor Akbar, who is stirring up the confusion, if you would, between these two wrestlers and keeping the fires and the coals burning and the animosity hot between the flamboyant Eric Embry and gorgeous Gary Young. It's goodness knows what can happen, but I'm sure here on the USWA you will be hearing more in the weeks to come from this event and this turn of events here in the wrestling action. We've got tag team action coming up. Let's go to the ring for all that action right now. In the corner on the left, at the total weight of 592 pounds, the California Stud from Los Angeles, California, and Stunning Steve Austin from Tampa, Florida. They're accompanied at ringside by the luscious and libacious Jeannie. Their opponents, the very popular team of Jeff Jarrett out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, and the Battling Aussie, superstar Bill Dundee, and in their corner, the lovely Tessa. This match is a one-fall affair, and we're ready to lock it up. Your referee is Tony Falk. And this match comes as a result of a battle between the ladies, and Tessa and the vivacious Jeannie. They tied it up. Then the men tied it up, so the men are fighting it out in the middle of the ring. This is sort of a match for the valor and the honor of the valets, if you would. Simply irresistible Jeff Jarrett starting for his team against Stunning Steve Austin. Austin comes in at 270 pounds. Jarrett giving away quite a bit of weight in the ring. Former Rookie of the Year in professional wrestler, and he has been quite a star most of his career. Most wrestlers take a nickname. In the case of a Stunning Steve Austin or the California Stud, the fans of Jeff Jarrett nicknamed him Simply Irresistible a while back when a very popular song of the same name was out, and that sort of stuck with him thus far. But besides being a nice-looking young man, he is one sensational wrestler in the ring. That word keeps coming up in the program today, sensational. But that's probably the best way to describe it. Austin sending Jarrett into the corner. Look at the quickness of Jeff Jarrett, allowing him to back out of that corner. And Austin, as a result, plowed into it.
He's quick.
Caught his arm in there. Steve Austin and the California Stud, and in their corner, Jeannie. Tessa in the corner of superstar Bill Dundee and Jeff Jarrett. They lock it up, center of the ring, collar and elbow. Trying to gain an advantage. Austin putting Jarrett back in his corner. Austin going for the tag, makes the tag to the California Stud, and the Stud comes in, but Jarrett's trying to battle his way out. He does not want to be stuck in that corner, waving superstar Bill Dundee into the ring. Evens the odds a bit as all four men now in the ring. Dundee being ordered back to the corner by referee Tony Falk, doing a good job of officiating in the ring.
We got him.
Now Steve Austin taking his rightful place in the corner, and the remaining two men in the ring. Jeff Jarrett and the California Stud. Jeannie, as you saw that look of disgust on her face after that exchange. Jarrett backing Austin up into the corner. Bill Dundee holding on. Jeff coming off. Oh, Stud backs out of the way. Jarrett held back with his punch, but the Stud going right in after Jeff Jarrett. Bill Dundee trying to even things up in the corner, but the Stud just mixing it up with the fist. Backs Jarrett into his own corner. They're going corner to corner here thus far in this match. Oh, Stud wound up. Jeff Jarrett ducked out of the way, and stunning Steve Austin caught that right cross across the face. Stud over there explaining. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more action in this match right after these messages on USWA Wrestling. Michael St. John back with you as the action continues. Tag team match. California Stud now held by superstar Bill Dundee following a tag from Jeff Jarrett. Dundee makes his entrance into the ring. The battle in Aussie. There's more fight in this man per square inch than any professional wrestler I have ever known. He is a battler, but right now, worst for wear, being double-teamed by Steve Austin and the California Stud. Dundee down to the mat. Austin, the legal man in the ring, sends Dundee into the... Now Dundee goes for the sleeper hold. Superstar Bill Dundee going for the sleeper hold. But Steve Austin finding refuge against the ropes. That'll cause a break. Referee Tony Falk moving in between the two men. Austin telling referee Tony Falk to keep him off me. Dundee with his hands full with the California Stud and with Steve Austin. Exchange arm bars. Now Dundee sending that right hand. He may have closed it. It looked like they were bolo chops. They were actually a closed fist, but the open part of the hand, not the actual square fist going into the side of the face of stunning Steve Austin. Austin complaining nevertheless. Match has been nip and tuck thus far. Big tag team action. Tag is made. Jeff Jarrett coming in. And Jeff planting that elbow to the shoulder, stunning Steve Austin. Austin caught in the arm bar. Jeff got a whip under. Now Austin, nice reversal into the side headlock. Austin can wrestle when he wants to. He doesn't have to bend the rules, but chooses to go that route. Nice reversal by Jeff Jarrett as he counters with a front head scissors. There's a shot of the California Stud, and there's a shot of what he's yelling about. That is stunning Steve Austin caught. And there is Jeannie pacing impatiently at ringside. The pictures tell it all. Jeff Jarrett trying to maintain that reverse head scissors, but Austin breaks it. Now it goes right back after side headlock. Referee Tony Falk asking Jeff Jarrett if he wants to give it up. Austin has it locked right under the cheekbone, and he is putting a big squeeze on Jeff Jarrett. If you're enjoying all the actions in the world-famous Sportatorium, USWA Professional Wrestling, coming your way. The action gets no better than this. Nice side hip toss by Austin. Another reversal by Jarrett. Austin escapes. Fast and furious in there. Hip toss. Scissors. Will he escape again? Yes. They're going back and forth. Now Austin a little frustrated. Both men in a shoving match in the ring. Wow.
Don't take that off you. Get the
Jeff Jarrett standing his ground. And you can certainly see why the fans are so much behind simply irresistible Jeff Jarrett in the ring. Referee Tony Falk awaits him to lock it up. California Stud in the ring against Jeff Jarrett. They're waiting to mix it up. They lock, collar and elbow. Jarrett backed into the corner. Austin holding on, and the Stud putting a high knee into the midsection to slow down the efforts of Jeff Jarrett. Body slam. Jarrett down, followed up by an elbow and a second elbow by the California Stud. Drops down a third time, and Jeff Jarrett is in trouble. Jarrett wrapped over the ropes now. Steve Austin coming out to the floor. Just standing watching the effort now. Bill Dundee coming around the ring. And now Austin and Dundee lock it up momentarily on the floor. Jeff Jarrett caught over the ropes. California Stud doing the damage from inside of the ring. Stunning Steve Austin. Now coming in.
He's all right.
Jarrett down to the mat. And Jarrett sent to the floor. So Jeff Jarrett goes down to the floor. In the meantime, superstar Bill Dundee's in the ring, but on the floor, the California Stud takes over on Jeff Jarrett and puts him back in the ring. Action all over the place here at the Sportatorium. Jarrett going for a sunset flip from inside, trying to pull Steve Austin down. Austin missed him with a right hand. Jarrett's got the sunset flip. 1, 2, and the California Stud in to save his partner from what looked to be a sudden and quick pinfall. Jarrett and Austin exchanging the right hands. There's the tag. California Stud going to come back in. He's the fresher man. Jarrett held in a full Nelson by the Stud. Austin climbing to the top ropes, coming down. He missed him! He missed him! He nailed the California Stud with a big shoulder block. Jarrett now to his feet. Right hand for Austin. There's one for the Stud. Jarrett trying to make the tag, and there it is. Tag is made to the battle in Austin. Here comes Dundee. Gonna ram their heads together and does. All four men in the ring as the melee breaks out. Jarrett, Dundee, both working over Austin and the Stud. They're rammed together. Two runaway freight trains in the middle of the ring. Jarrett goes for the roll-up. 1, 2, that's it. Dundee has the sleeper hold on the California Stud. In the meantime, stunning Steve Austin up over the top rope and down to the floor. Tessa going around the ring. She's going after Jeannie. Jeannie is running. Steve Austin is running. In the meantime, Bill Dundee has the California Stud in the ring. Austin has a chair, and he nails Jeff Jarrett with it. Now oh my goodness, did he ever whack superstar Bill Dundee with a chair. Tessa is going after Jeannie in the ring. Dundee took the brunt of the chair. Jeff Jarrett has the chair now. He's got Austin with the chair. Now he's got the Stud with the chair. Jeannie trying to get out of the way of Tessa. Tessa being helped onto the table here, and away she goes. Stunning Steve Austin has her in the ring. Bill Dundee suffering the effects of that chair. Stunning Steve Austin and the California Stud getting out of the way now. Austin has another chair, and it goes flying into the ring. All four men, this melee has gotten out of hand. We're going to take a break. We'll be back for much more action right after this on USWA Wrestling. World-famous Sportatorium. The Fur Will Fly. A tremendous card is being signed by the USWA. You will see in the opening match, Hollywood John Tatum, the toast of the coast, take on Chris Germany. Then in a special ladies match, Naughty Natalie will be accompanied to the ring by Jeff Jarrett. She will take on Sweet Georgia Brown. She will be accompanied by JC, the very controversial manager that has made his mark here in the USWA. Then there will be tag team action as Billy Joe Travis teams with Steve Dane, and what a team this should be. They'll take on the RPMs. All this next Friday at the Sportatorium. Then the first main event of the evening, an explosive match. This was demanded by both Eric Embry and gorgeous Gary Young. Falls will count anywhere in or out of the building. It makes no difference, and there will be no stopping the match. There will be no way the match can be stopped by any official as the flamboyant one, Eric Embry, gets his shot at gorgeous Gary Young. And yes, Skandor Akbar will be with Gary Young at ringside here at the Sportatorium next week. Then the main event, a return tag match as Stunning Steve Austin and the California Stun with the vivacious and luscious Jeannie in their corner will take on Simply Irresistible Jeff Jarrett and Superstar Bill Dundee with Tessa. And this big feud will come to a boil next Friday night right here at the Sportatorium. Now remember, tickets will be on sale all day Friday beginning at 9 o'clock here at the Sportatorium box office, corner of Cadiz and Industrial. And military personnel, as always, will be admitted free to the Sportatorium next Friday night for the matches. So please come on out and see your favorite wrestlers from the USWA in action. That big explosive match, gorgeous Gary Young against Eric Embry, and then that return tag battle, Austin and Stud against Jarrett and Superstar Bill Dundee. And this reminder, this coming Saturday, wrestling, a TV taping at the Sportatorium, absolutely free. Doors will open at 9 o'clock. Bring your friends, and we'll see you at the Sportatorium too Friday night.
You know, Stud, you sit here and you look at us and you see us sweating and breathing a little hard. Well, what just happened was we just got out of the ring with Superstar Bill Dundee and Jeff Jarrett. Now I got to say, I didn't think I was going to work up a sweat against these two guys, but they had a few tricks up their sleeves, and they're a little tougher than I thought they were. Plus the fact, one of them, Jeff Jarrett, goes out of the ring and brings in a chair and starts swinging it around like a baton. Baby, we had you right where we wanted you, and then you come in with this chair. You've always got to cheat to beat two Adonis types like myself and the Stud. Tell them, baby.
Dundee, you think you can put a sleeper on this neck? You go ahead and try, son, because I'll break the sleeper hold and I'll break your arms, punk. You got nothing, baby.
You know, Tessa, I used to like you just a little bit, but since you joined back up with that lowlife Bill Dundee, you have as much class as a snake in the grass. And you can challenge me anytime, Tessa, because I don't back down to any woman or any man. And next Friday night, I'll be here.
You never have backed down from anybody. And just like she said, next Friday night, I guess they're going to bring it back. They're going to bring it back against the three of us.
Bring it
hey,
on, baby.
Bring you some chairs, bring you some chains, and Tessa, bring your flea collar, baby, because I don't want you getting your germs, your fleas, and your lice on my girl, Jeannie. Stud, this man's got a 22-inch neck. Dundee, that sleeper is not going to work, baby. It cannot work. Been spending too much time in the gym. This is one lady right here that has it all. Class, good looks, and what a personality. We don't need anybody, baby. We rule supreme in the USWA.
With a count of one, count of two on Naughty Natalie, but she gets her shoulders up. Now goes into the head scissors. Sweet Georgia caught with the head scissors. Naughty Natalie putting the squeeze on. Has it placed very nicely. There's one reversal onto Naughty Natalie. Count of one. Referee James Beard, we're running short on time here. The referee ordering JC down off the ring. Now Beard needs to get control of this match, not as much from the ladies' standpoint in the ring, but from JC's standpoint outside the ring. Head scissors. Nice move by Naughty Natalie. Natalie putting Sweet Georgia Brown into the canvas head first. Drops the big leg. Natalie very slowly being brought to her feet. Double underhook. Small package. 1, 2. Count of 2 is all she got. Sweet Georgia going right back after Natalie with that forearm. Another forearm smash to the side of the face. Natalie draped across that middle strand of ropes. Look at this. Sweet Georgia whipping her leg across the throat. JC being ordered back to the corner. Naughty Natalie just pouring it on. Sweet Georgia Brown with a nice reversal. They lock it up. Underhook up over pin. 1, 2. That's all she got. Count of 2. High knee lift by Natalie. Into the midsection of Sweet Georgia. Now goes for the cover. 1, 2. Two count. Near pins by both wrestlers in this ring have been numerous, but neither lady has gained the advantage fully for the victory in this match. Natalie ripping at Sweet Georgia Brown with open hand. JC from outside may have tripped her up. 2, 3. JC doing his damage, I believe, from outside. Gets the victory for his protege, Sweet Georgia Brown. Doing his little dance in the ring is JC. Now, Naughty Natalie going right after him. Uh-oh. This could get out of hand and get nasty in a hurry. JC acting as if he's going to go right after Naughty Natalie. Natalie, of course, a reason to be upset by the turn of events here. Here comes Jeff Jarrett into the ring. Jeff Jarrett is coming into the ring to the rescue of Naughty Natalie. He's got JC turned around. JC doesn't want anything to do with Jeff Jarrett. Look at this. And JC is out of the ring. The chase is on. I don't know who's quicker here. Whoa. JC being cut off at the pass. And around they go. And where they stop, maybe the dressing room as JC hightails it out of here. Jeff Jarrett saw all that he could take, and Naughty Natalie has a friend. We'll be back with much more USWA wrestling action from the world-famous Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas, following these messages.
Before I talk about the big main event coming up Friday night between myself and Bill Dundee against the California Stud and Stunning Steve Austin, I want to talk about you, JC. You think you're real big and bad, yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that Natalie can beat Sweet Georgia 1, 2, 3 in an even match. But she hadn't got a chance with you at ringside. So this Friday night, yeah, it's going to be a little different. Because I'm going to be in Natalie's corner. I'm going to walk down, and JC, I just dare you. I hope and I pray that you stick your nose in Natalie's business, because I'm going to knock it clean out. And now I want to talk about Friday night. You know, Stunning Steve and Big Stud Man, yeah, you got muscles and places, and most people hadn't even got places. Well, you guys better get ready, because myself and Bill, we've got something you hadn't got, and that's hard. And we're going to come with everything we got, and we're going to run you clean out of the USWA.
You know, you call me a lowlife, Jeannie. Let me tell you what. You can't even come to the ring without those bleach blonde, steroid-using studs, as you call them. Well, come on, Jeannie. It's going to just be me and you. Come out to the ring Friday night. Let's see who has what.
Yeah, we know exactly what. Now, I don't know if you two punks can read, but if you can, you get the first book they ever wrote, and it was that little black book, got gold letters on it that says the Bible. And they had David, and they had Goliath, and we all know who won that. You guys think because you're 6'6", you can run roughshod over everybody. Well, you can't, brother. Well, I'm just going to tell you. You get the little book out when you go home, and you read it, and you'll say that David won, and Goliath is no more, and that's what's going to happen to you. And you, huzzy, we told you last week, if you get near the ring apron, this young lady's going to tear your hair out, and it's going to happen. So come on, boys, we'll be waiting.
Michael St. John back with you at the world-famous Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas. USWA wrestling action. Billy Joe Travis, 222 pounds, out of Lexington, Kentucky, against the Missouri Tiger, the Supreme Being. Is that what he called himself? The Supreme Dream. I'm talking about Jeff Gaylord, the big man in the ring right now, has Billy Joe Travis locked up on that lower strand of ropes. These two will go right after each other, I can assure you. Billy Joe pushed aside by Gaylord. Gaylord's a big man out of St. Louis, Missouri. Former football player at the University of Missouri, obviously where he acquired the nickname of the Missouri Tiger. Also played in the defunct USFL with the San Antonio Gunslingers, so he has a little bit of history in the ring. And he has made quite a mark on professional wrestling in the USWA and has joined forces with General Skandor Akbar, much to the chagrin of many of the fans here in the USWA, but nevertheless, Akbar has taken Gaylord under his wing and has turned Gaylord into a fighting machine. Changed his handle to the Supreme Dream. Look at this, that pose in the ring. Jeff Gaylord with the shoulder block on Billy Joe Travis.
You can't knock me
Akbar,
down.
I'm sure, very happy about
You
that.
see
The referee
this?
for this match, by the way, is
22-inch
Tony
arm.
Clark. Billy Joe Travis asked me to say hello to some young fans of his, Chris and Ryan, who are watching our telecast. Good to have you with us here on the USWA. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Gaylord grabbing the arm, somewhat an arm stretch. Now Gaylord caught with the right hand by Billy Joe Travis and referee Tony Falk. And Gaylord exchanging some words. Now Travis being warned. Gaylord backs Travis into the corner, punches away. Those were legal. Those were forearm smashes. Puts the knee to the midsection. Snap hair coming out. Billy Joe Travis, a little bit worse for wear now. High body slam. Gaylord trying the full press and slam. He's got Travis up there. Of course, Travis picking up a lot of weight. Dropped to the mat. He actually sort of dropped him. Instead of slamming him, he could have poured the metal to him, if you would, but he just dropped him. It still did what it had to do. Took the wind out of Billy Joe Travis, but nevertheless, Gaylord very lackluster on that pin, and as a result, Billy Joe Travis delivers one from right field. There comes another one. Travis going right to work on Gaylord. Winds up, throws a right hand. That could have been a Nolan Ryan fastball coming in there. Travis backs him against the ropes again. Gaylord asking for some kind of mercy, but Travis, look at that uppercut by Billy Joe. Pushing Tony Falk out of the way. Travis going right to Gaylord, taking the fight right to him. Gaylord reverses now, sending Billy Joe Travis into the ropes. Travis tries to come up with a shoulder block. Gaylord goes for a snap there. It didn't work. He's got Travis back to the rope, dangerously close to General Skandor Akbar. Travis going after Gaylord, both men exchanging the best of each other's blows and throws at this point. Travis going for a scoop slam. Can he do it? He did. Billy Joe off the rope, tripped up from behind by Skandor Akbar. Now Gaylord drops the elbow to the side of the ear and goes for the cover on Billy Joe. 1, 2, and that was it. 2 count was all he got. Gaylord now moving in on Travis, may have been choking. Referee Tony Falk had started the count there. Tony has had his hands full in this match. Look out. What is this? Steve Dane has come to the ring. Steve Dane, let's see if we can pick this up. Steve Dane has come to the ring. Now Tony Falk threatening Skandor Akbar in the corner. Dane apparently telling referee Tony Falk about the interference. Steve came to ringside to help out Billy Joe Travis. Look at that! He just evened the score. Steve Dane just evened the score on Jeff Gaylord. 1, 2, 3. Billy Joe Travis held him. He gets the victory. So what a turn of events. Billy Joe Travis gets the victory here.
How you do it, Michael?
And he says that's the way you do it, and that's the way it was done. A little bit of help, but nevertheless, Billy Joe wins. We'll be back with more on USWA Wrestling right after this.
The slime has crawled back to the USWA. Can you imagine Eric Embry showing his face in the USWA? And every time you look at Eric Embry, he's lying down on the mat, beaten helplessly by gorgeous Gary Young. It's the same old story, Gary. Well, I can tell you now, Eric, if you think it's tough with Desert Shield, punk, well, you're gonna really get a little toast and a little taste. Gorgeous Gary, no DQ.
Take a look at it, Embry. You call these people your family. Well, where have you been for the last 6 or 8 months when I was romping and stomping and taking care of everybody? Tell the truth. You took all the beating you could take, you turned tail, and you hauled off. Had to go down the islands, get yourself a little sun. Well, you stayed out of the sun because you must be recuperating. Friday night, big boy, why don't you bring your big bad. A little self-down, baby, because Friday night, no DQ, you can't get out. I'm going up.
It's USWA Wrestling this Friday night at the world-famous Sportatorium. Opening action, the Toast of the Coast. Hollywood John Tatum battles Chris Germany. In a ladies' match, you'll see Naughty Natalie with Jeff Jarrett in her corner take on Sweet Georgia Brown, accompanied by JC. Billy Joe Travis teams with Steve Dane to take on the RPMs. In an explosive match, no stopping the battle, falls won't count anywhere. Flamboyant Eric Embry versus gorgeous Gary Young with General Skandor Akbar. And the main event, a wild tag match. Stunning Steve Austin and the California Stud with the luscious valet Jeannie take on Jeff Jarrett and superstar Bill Dundee with Tessa in their corner. All tickets go on sale Friday, 9 o'clock at the Sportatorium box office, corner of Cadiz and Industrial. Military personnel get in free with current ID. And remember, USWA special TV taping begins this coming Saturday at the Sportatorium. Admission is free. Doors open at 9.
Your family is talking to you, the flamboyant Eric Embry, and I know you've got some words out of what happened between you and Gary Young and his folks.
You know, Michael St. John, you might not know me a whole lot. You know, Akbar, I've been through the wars with you, just like a lot of other wrestlers have over the years, man. But there's a great big difference between me and all the other wrestlers, is I ain't scared to go through the war again, Akbar. So what I'm saying, Michael, I left here a few months ago, and I left my family a few months ago. But Akbar, I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. I left a little unfinished business. You know, I tore down the world-class banner. I hung up the USWA banner. Well, not me and my family. And Akbar, I ain't never leaving again as long as you're around. So you take Devastation and you regroup it. You call Kamala, you get Gary Young, Cactus Jack, Abdullah the Butcher. Man, I don't care, because me and my family ain't scared of anybody, person, place, or thing on God's green earth. Now, Gary Young, Friday night, no disqualification. Well, man, I don't care what kind of matches. Gary Young, I'm starting with you Friday night. Akbar, I'm going to get my hands on you, and I'm going to finish what I should have finished a few months ago. So I want all my family to pass the word. Eric's back, and Eric ain't going nowhere, and I'll see everybody Friday night. Hey, I got one more thing to say. Before you go to bed tonight, I want everybody to get out on one knee and ask the man upstairs to take care of our people over in the desert. And Saddam Hussein, kiss my...
Amen, brother. A man of his word, the flamboyant Eric Embry. And what a feud is brewing between General Skandor, Akbar, Devastation Incorporated. Will it be reformed? Jeff Gaylord's in the stable, we know that. Gary Young, gorgeous Gary Young in the stable. Eric Embry, obviously a man of his word, wants to take care of Akbar and his people right now for once and for all. And here at the USWA, things are heating up. 1991 promises to be a hot year. Jeff Jarrett and superstar Bill Dundee, they still have a score to settle with stunning Steve Austin and the California Stud. Goodness knows how Tessa and Jeannie will get involved, because those people, once it happens, it happens. It is wild and crazy. Plus, you have the likes of Billy Joe Travis, Hollywood John Tatum. You have other great wrestling stars waiting in line, if you would, to get into the USWA, because this is where the action is. We appreciate you being with us. Be sure to join us next week for all the action from the USWA. Michael St. John here. So long, everyone.